Welcome back, guys. So today we'll be blinging out this Knicks snapback. You know the Knicks are in the finals and everyone's really excited here. So I got an order for a black hat to bling it out real quick. Okay, so just give me a second and we'll be right back. I'm going to show you all the tools and things that I'll be using. Okay, so of course we have our snapback that we're going to be using. I've got my tray, my handy dandy tray to hold my stones, and can't glue anything down without B7000. This is the best glue for this job for me. The great thing about this epoxy based glue is this needle nose applicator. It's the best. This glue tends to be very stringy. So when you apply it, you kind of always have to try to whip it off the end of the thing. But once you let it cure the solid 24 hours that it needs, it's a really, really good glue, especially for projects like this. And then we have our stones. So this order was for some black. The buyer wanted black stones, and he asked if they would bling on the thing, and I said, yeah, absolutely. But I said, if you really want a really a real sparkly look, it's best to go with a stone that some light can go through, and this is the closest I can get. So this is black diamond. This is an SS6. I got SS6, SS8, and SS10. They're all just a little bit slightly larger than the other. Can't use stones that are too big because the letters on the hat aren't but so wide. So this is the 66 SS6, and you'll see. So they're dark. They're like a dark gray. And so when we put them on, we'll get a little bit more bling than if we used solid black stones. Solid black stones, they are literally black, solid black. So the light can't go through them. With the facets, you'll get some reflection from light hitting it, but not like when the light can actually go through. Okay, so those are the things that we'll be using. Also have a basic wax pickup tool. Um, and I use this end to. Some people use this end to place the stones. I use this end to like move things if I need to. And this I usually just take a knife and just wipe some of the stuff on, like kind of carve it off a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Those are the things we're going to be using. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll just set up, put my stones in here, and oh, sorry, guys. Put my stones in, and then we'll begin. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I just wanted you to see the size, the actual size of the stones that we're using. So this one is a SS6, this one is an 8, and this one is a 10. And I'm going to be using them, you know, interchangeably, not interchangeably. I'm doing a scatter pattern, which is when you just fill in the spaces with the sizes of stone that you have. I don't think I'm saying that properly. Like some people put all of their sixes in one tray, all of their eights in one tray, and all of their tens in one tray. I have everything in one tray, and I just pick up and fill in as I go. So I'll gauge with my eye what the size of the space looks like and what fits there. Sometimes you might put a piece that's too big or a piece that's too small, but the good news is that is because it's a black stone on a black background, you won't really see the gaps and stuff too much. That's a tip for you. If you're putting pink stones on something, you want the background to be pink so that your gaps aren't so obvious. If you put pink stones on a white background, if there's a gap, you're going to really see it. So try to match your base, your background with the stone size or the stone color that you're using. Okay, I will be right back. Another tip, I am going to be doing the outline first. I like to do the outline of the whatever it is, even if it's a pair of sneakers, I'll outline do the outline and then fill in. This way your lines always look neat and, intentional. It doesn't look sloppy, like you won't have one stone hanging down lower than the other. You do the edges first and then you fill in, okay? So I'm about to do the outline of this and I will be back. Okay, one thing I do want to say is for uniformity, um, I would just use all of the same size doing the perimeter. Like now I'm realizing size 8 is probably the best for me to use to do my outline and then do the fill-in part with the three different sizes. So I'm going to just put all of size 8s in one dish and then I'm going to continue doing the outline. So give me a second, I'll be right back. So I do want to say doing black on black, black stones on black fabric is really, really tough. Now, these aren't absolutely black, but they are still very dark, and you want to be as neat as you can. Mine are a little, a little bumpy, a little sloppy. I get that. But because this is a 3D effect sort of thing, as long as I keep these as neat around the perimeter as I can, what goes on here, it'll all come together seamlessly. Because this is not going to be, what's the word? All linear. It's not like I'm doing all, all the lines have to be straight. Because I'm doing a scattered with different size stones, it'll all come together. Just wait till the end. I know, trust the process, is like they say. I know it's looking a little bit crazy right now. I'm a little worried myself, but trust the process. We're going to get through this together. Okay. And I'm going to put the music back on. Okay, so here we are. This is the outline. Let me zoom back some because it looks so you can. Okay, there we go. There we go. Don't worry about this stuff here. Don't worry about this stuff here. Yeah. So, let me put some flash on this because I think this is actually even gorgeous like this without, you know, even filling in the letters. But that's the next part. This took me about an hour and 15 minutes, I would say, to do. I stopped and started a little bit. What makes this a little not difficult is that, you know, you could only put down a certain amount of glue at a time, and there were some spaces where I actually needed to stop and get a smaller stone. I was using SS8s. You can see where it's a little bit lumpier where I started, but it got a little smoother as I used SS8s all throughout. And some of these corners, I had to use a smaller stone, which is fine. You can't really see it. The thing about this kind of design is that it can be a little messy. It's going to look good as long as the light is hitting it. You see that flashing? I just have my camera holding it over with the flash on just to catch the light. And it's gorgeous. It's actually wearable just like this. But yeah, we are going to fill in. The next part is filling it in. Of course, I'm not going to have you sit there and watch me. I'm going to be using different size stones, and I'll be back when I get to the end. All right. See you in a minute. Okay. Just wanted to show you guys where we are. And we got the K and the N done. This took me about 20 minutes, maybe 30. Let me say 30. I did have a few little areas I had to try to fill in quickly. I'm just going to show you with the flash. Okay, there you go. Isn't that pretty? So again, these are, what are these called? Black diamond stones on the black. Okay, let me move my camera. There we go. Black diamond stone. So we got the ICKS and then we'll be done. All right, I'll be back once I'm done. I didn't show you guys the process of how I put the glue on. It's nothing. I literally just, you know, in certain areas, I just squeeze the glue on it and put stones a little bit. Like I don't do the whole eye. Like I would not put, let me get in. I would not fill up all of this with the glue because this is fabric. By the time I got to about here, the glue would start to sink into the fabric. So I would probably do this part and maybe half of the eye and then the other half. The C, I might, you know, do like, you know, not the half, but maybe a quarter of it. Just because, you know, you have to take your time placing the stones because I try to do it so that they're rounded. They're not flat. How can I show this to you? They're raised, and they kind of like, you know, curve over the stone. So, you know, sometimes you got to pull one out and put one in because there's a little sinkhole. But yeah, so it's really tedious. Literally, I'm just going like this, putting the glue, and then, you know, that's all I'm doing. And then sometimes I like to pat it down with my finger just to make sure, like this is already getting really hard. And like I told you with this glue, within 24 hours, this will be fully cured, and it's hard already. It's an epoxy-based glue, so it gets hard. There are some little stringy bits, but you know, once I'm all done, you can either take some alcohol or just a little pick and pick it. I honestly, I really don't even bother with that. I just leave it because you're seeing it because you're up close on the camera, but you can't even see it just looking straight on at it. But anyway, like I said, I am, yeah. So I wanted you to see why I do the outline now. It makes it so important because all of this is now nice and neat, and I literally just have to fill it in. It's just like when you're coloring. Remember, you used to trace the outline of whatever it is you're coloring in, and then your coloring part was just so much easier to do. Okay? All right. That's it, guys. So the next time you see this, it should be all done. All right? I'll talk to you in a minute. See you soon. Here's the final product. So good. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. Let me put some flash on it for you so you can get the sparkle. And I'm just using my phone camera's flash on this just so you can see the bling and what happens when the light catches it. Oh my goodness, isn't it gorgeous? This is a great way to spruce up any of your little, you know, your caps. I mean, it's just 3D embroidered. Like I told you, the finals are coming up. I think the first game is Wednesday with the Spurs. So I got to get this order out to its owner ASAP. It's got to dry for 24 hours. So I just let it sit and it'll be fully cured. But right now, you can see, yeah, it's already hardening up. So It's good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this little time with me, seeing my one of my bling projects. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and all the good things. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.